You know, every year it seems like movies that come out is just complete garbage, and unfortunately 2021 did not break that. In fact, it even emphasized it even more possibly. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the NarikChase channel. I'm your boy NarikChase, and in this video we'll be going over our top 10 picks for the worst movies of 2021. And oh my gosh, there's a shit ton of them. But before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on the channel. And also, if you want to help support the channel, there's a link in the description box below. Now, without further ado, let's get into this. Hold on to y'all seat. This is a doozy. And that's just a small disclaimer. These are the movies that I've personally watched. And I haven't watched all of them. I haven't watched even half of the big ones that dropped this year. Mortal Kombat disappointed me on so many levels. There was an interesting story, and I guess because of how big the franchise is and the shoes that it had to fill, and the fact that Mortal Kombat is just a great franchise, and even though the other two movies, they were bad movies, I wanted to see them bring Mortal Kombat to the big screen in such a new, unique, and innovative way, and this movie felt like it could have been that push to bring Mortal Kombat back. Yeah, it had a lot of interesting ideas. The storytelling was bad, the direction was bad, the writing was bad, a lot of the fights sucked. Character that shouldn't have been in the damn movie because he wasn't interesting in the least. Spider in the Attic. Now, this is one of those low-budget British movies, and I don't know if I should put it on here because technically a B or a C movie, but I was so disappointed when I watched this movie. The characters have questionable decisions. The motivations aren't good enough to make the decisions that they're doing. The CGI just sucks. The story just sucks. And even though I've seen these actresses and actors in different roles before in better movies that were actually low budget B movies, this one just fucking sucked. You're gonna have an idea like this, y'all gotta do something interesting with it. Lazarus is one of those movies that come off as a low-budget superhero movie, and unfortunately, I just didn't care. I didn't know squat about the main character. His powers were kind of cool, but it wasn't like enough to just be unique. It was an alright premise. I felt like the movie was a bit dry. Yeah, there was some interesting characters here and there, but it felt cliche, low-budget way possible. And even the fights. There are a lot of fights in this movie, and the fights, for the most part, some of them are cool, but some are stupid and useless, and it doesn't make any sense. But a movie is only as strong as its main lead, and the lead sucked. Not his performance or anything, just the character was poorly written and was not interested in the slightest. False Positive is one of those films, I'm like, what the hell is going on? The movie follows a woman who's pregnant, and she's having these weird episodes where it's like she's just going crazy and reality is warped and she's having weird dreams and stuff. And I'm watching this movie and I'm like, if you're just saying that this woman is having all this because of her hormones and stuff, and I've seen people actually make comments that say that when women are pregnant, this type of stuff happens. I'm like, no, because a lot of the things that happen, the suspicions and stuff that she has, she doesn't have a reason to have them. So all of this built up tension and fussing that's going on is unwarranted. It doesn't make sense for her to act like this, even if she is having a chemical imbalance because she's pregnant. And even the ending left so much to be desired, which makes me mad because I like Pierce Brosnan and I want to see him in a better movie. I would say the woman did a good job acting wise, but the character was just terrible, along with every other character in this movie. And to say that this movie is good is a false positive. Monsters of War. This is an interesting premise. One of those low-budget piece of shit movies that with the CGI, bad CGI, people make dumb decisions. There are too many conveniences that get people killed, and overall just frustration and this whole dilemma of what's going on. I like a good movie where monsters are trying to take over the planet and stuff as much as anybody else, but do it better. You know, if you have to make it like The Mist where the monsters are outside and the people are stuck in there, and you focus more on the relationships between the characters and the tension and all of that stuff, that makes for a better movie. But if you're going to have these characters doing stupid stuff, bad CGI monsters, people doing crazy stuff that gets them killed, nobody's going to want to watch it. I mean, you got people that will watch it, but I wouldn't want to watch it, and at least not complain about it. It's a shitty movie. They got a movie called Monsters of War, and it has nothing to do with the damn title. I don't get this movie. And I still question why somebody would run into a cave where the monsters are coming out to hide from monsters that are outside. Rising Wolf. I'm on the fence about this movie because it had so much potential. The main girl did a fantastic job with the performance. The setup was kind of interesting. The backstory, interesting. Did the movie do anything with any of it? Absolutely not. It was one of those movies I was hoping that you go through 75% of BS, but the last 25% will be the payoff that works and it puts everything into perspective. No, there is no payoff. This movie is literally just a clusterfuck of just random stuff going on. I don't get it. I don't get this movie at all. Army of the Dead. I heard so many mixed reviews on this movie, and when I finished watching it, I get it. There is some interesting stuff in this movie. It could have been a new take on zombie, and it messed it up. I don't know what Snyder was thinking when he made this movie, but it feels like there was more stuff that was in this movie, and it got cut out. Because there's a lot of interesting things that they could have did with it. There are a lot of things that lead up to stuff, but it gets cut off, predictable. There's a lot of stuff that's introduced but never utilized fully. I feel like the movie probably would have been better. The initial infection, I think that would have made for a better movie, better than what movie we got here. I will say though, there's just one scene in this movie that was completely badass, where this woman was fighting like a whole group of zombies. That's one of the best zombie shootouts I've ever seen in any movie. But the rest of the movie is just pretty much dog. Oh, I hate wasted potential. All right, guys, we are down to our top 3. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I had so many high hopes. I was just disappointed. I was disappointed at the direction. I was disappointed at the story. I was disappointed in Carnage. I was disappointed in Shriek. I was disappointed in Eddie Brock. There are some interesting moments. The whole jail scene is probably my favorite scene throughout the whole entire movie. The whole fight at the end, okay, cool. It's entertaining, but everything else in between is garbage. Watered down, bullshit romance between two characters in the film just felt forced. Eddie Brock and Venom just sitting here just talking and nagging each other, just BS. There's no development, there's no growth, a missed opportunity. And I can't stand missed opportunities. So Andy Serkis, I say this to you, but you suck as director. At least off this movie. If you do another movie and it's actually pretty good, then I have to give you your props on that. But this one, you sucked. Coming to America is one of my all-time favorite films. I did not like Coming to America 2. It's nothing but a nostalgia fest. They put stuff in just for people that like the first movie. There are a lot of instances in this movie don't make any sense. Characters are doing the same exact thing 30 plus years after the fact. People that should be dead aren't dead because they were old as hell in the first movie and they're older now. Ratchet humor that they put into this film was unneeded. It was unwarranted. It brought the movie down. Tracy Morgan, I'm sorry, I don't like you in comedic roles. You suck. You force it too much. It had potential to actually be dramatic while having good humor. It had those elements in it, but it just decided to say, screw it, we can't go with nothing new. Let's go ahead and just keep nostalgia baiting, ripping off stuff from the last movie because people love those things. And I feel like the person that directed this, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm opposed to Coming to America 2. I'm opposed to a Coming to America 2 that sucks. And that's what we got. Coming in at number 1. Coming in at that freaking number 1. Halloween Kills. I was so mad watching this movie. This right here should be a franchise killer, how bad this movie is. If you don't care about story, character development, any clever writing whatsoever, you just want to see a bunch of people just get killed being stupid, this is your movie. But the level of frustration I had watching this film, watching these characters do stupid stuff, and not only stupid stuff, it was like purposeful. It's like everybody literally just went to die. It's not that they did something stupid to die, it's like they wanted to kill themselves and couldn't think of a clever way to do it, and they just went to this guy and killed themselves. Some interesting things that they put in the film, granted, yeah. Missed opportunity story-wise, what they did with Laurie Strode, what they did with the kills, bringing back characters that shouldn't be brought back, killing off characters that actually could have been something actually good. I love the idea of a small town take their own lives into their hands to stop an evil force. And even though they brought this into this movie, they did it in the dumbest, most wasteful way possible. I was not only disappointed in this movie, I don't want them to ever make another Halloween movie. Ever. If this movie is bad, the next movie need to be better. I'm like, this movie is bad, there doesn't need to be no more Halloween movies. I'm done with Halloween. I like Rob Zombie's Halloween better than this crap. His actually has some clever stuff to it. This one didn't. It was literally mindless. It was stupid. There was no effort. Michael Myers sitting here doing stuff that he doesn't do. Him taking out mobs of people. And it's not like he's taking them out in clever ways. It's like when you play a video game and there's a mob of people around you, and instead of them jumping you, they all attack one at a time, and you just kill that person one off at a time, and then another person just run off, get killed. Then another person just run. But they were so stupid. I would give this movie the opening sequence of how he got brought back. Fine. After that, the movie just fell into a hellhole. That's where it needs to stay. And when I say Halloween Kills is the worst movie of 2021, oh my God, did it battle a lot of bad movies to get to that. And having said that, in the comment section below, guys, let me know what you think about our list. Also, let us know your top 10 worst movies of 2021. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on the channel, and we'll definitely catch you guys later. 2022, y'all gotta do better. Let's see if we can go ahead and short out that worst movies list. I don't think they're going to even attempt to try.